Augmented reality allows the viewer to see enhancements to the environment around them. I have written a book that uses augmented reality to enhance the reading experience. This video is part of a series that shares what I learned while creating a book with augmented reality. In the book, I have triggers or images that when scanned by a device using a special app, it adds extra or augmented content to the scene of the device. In this video, I want to go through what I learned about creating a good or easily recognizable trigger image. In my first experience, I used trial and error. I was using an AR tool that didn't tell me the quality of the trigger. I had to test and see if things worked. When I held the app over the image, I could see how long it took the trigger to activate the AR or if it didn't activate at all. This is one of the triggers in my book. It is a black and white picture of an Arduino and Raspberry Pi. Both are great tools to learn computer science with. My initial picture didn't function well as a trigger. I added the words Arduino and Raspberry Pi to differentiate the image. I had to experiment with the placement, and after a couple of tries, I discovered that it worked best to have the words in different locations to create an asymmetrical image. I found that asymmetrical images worked best in my first VR tool set. In my book, I have links to hands-on experiences that the reader can do. I wanted the links to look similar, but needed to have a way to make the images be different enough to ensure that the trigger connects to the correct augmented reality. In these examples, you can see that I use the word STEM experiment and change the placement of the text to change the image. In two of the images, the bold lettering is the same, but the other text is aligned differently. The first one has text aligned on the left. The third one has text aligned to the right. This change was enough to each image to easily trigger different augmented reality components. Some AR programs allow you to see how well an image is recognized by their software. Here is my experiment with Vuforion's technology. The three images show progression of my trigger images. Originally, the first image had very few yellow plus signs and no stars and was unusable. I added text, but that only added enough yellow plus signs to bring my image to a 1-star recognition level. I added more text in a different location and brought the trackability to 3 stars. Not perfect, but enough for this to work most of the time. I found Vuforion's image recognition tools to be top-notch in letting me know how good my images were. I love their technology, but it wasn't the best fit for this specific project. I explain more about my decision on that in my video, Which Augmented Reality Should I Use? Using their technology better helped me to understand how to design trigger images. The final way to create images is to use a mark or a Zap Code. For this to work, I have to place a specific image, in this case a Zap Code or a lightning bolt with bars around it. This tells the software what AR it should load. I found this to be a simplified, more foolproof method. Even if I use a poorly designed image, if there is a Zap Code present, it can compensate for the image's ambiguity. This mark or Zap Code could be incorporated into image designs. You can also download various custom Zap Code designs. I used a black and white image to trigger this page. When I upload the image, it tells me the quality of my image by showing me green for detailed areas and lets me know if my Zap Code is recognizable. The Zap Code can be as small as 8 millimeters or 1/3 of an inch. Feel free to try out the Zap Code on this image. To try this image, download the free app Zapbar. If it works, a button should pop up inviting you to click to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Through my experiments, I discovered that for an AR experience to work, the creator needs to know how to create quality trigger images that will consistently load the augmented reality. Whichever AR toolset you use, make sure to understand the best practices for developing trigger images for that specific toolset. If you want to continue with me on my journey in self-publishing a book enhanced with augmented reality, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you are interested in seeing my book and how I incorporate AR, it is called Treasure Protectors, Inc., a STEM fiction novel. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.